This one is for the ages for most people, but not for the, what? Okay, anyways, in China, a wedding turned rather extra and super dramatic when the groom, gasp, revealed that his bride-to-be is cheating on him with her brother-in-law, who is married to her pregnant sister. And no, this wasn't just passed around as gossip. No siree, the news came equipped with a video, a adult tape to be precise, where you can see the two halves of separate couples getting it on. This was played in front of the entire family, who thought they were only attending a marriage. But no, they were attending the screening of a tragic soap opera. Oh wow, so the bride was hooking up with her husband's brother, but that brother was married and had a child on the way to the bride's sister. So apparently the siblings just basically had no loyalty to their family, number one, and then they had no loyalty, she had no loyalty to her marriage. Cool, awesome, good stuff. Ouch, this is the face of a newlywed bride committing to monogamy. I don't know who I should feel bad for the most, the girl who got caught on camera during her very first extracurricular activity after getting married, or groom who got cheated on literally days into his wedding bliss. This has to be some kind of record, and to make matters worse for this cheater, she was caught by her husband's best man, so there's no way he wouldn't tell him. Bros before this girl, am I right? Am I right? I'm curious to know y'all's opinion. If you knew that someone was cheating on your friend, do you tell them? I mean, I feel like the answer is pretty obvious. It's like, absolutely. Yeah, it's gonna hurt them, absolutely, but they deserve to freaking know. So you know I'm telling, and I'll let them handle the situation how they want to handle it, and I will be there to support them, but I'm telling them. Call me a snitch. I don't care. I'm a snitch. I don't care. I'm telling them. I was 5 minutes late to my wedding because I was having sexual relations with my wife's bridesmaid. Cool. Are you really admitting that? Like, who just casually admits that online? I was late to my wedding because I was hooking up with my wife's bridesmaid. Cool story, bro. She really won the jackpot with you. I lost my virginity on my wedding night, not okay. I lost my virginity on my wedding night, not to my husband, but to the limo driver. I mean, you waited your whole life to have that moment with your husband, to probably be this very special and sacred thing, because obviously, you know, you are a virgin for a reason. It means it's very important to you, I'm assuming. Clearly not. Clearly not. The limo driver, there's just no hope left. Oh my gosh, what is this weird like confessional online? Why? I had adult time with the priest before my wedding. Why? Why are y'all even getting married? I'm just wondering, why even get married if you can't stay loyal? Honestly, be single. There you go, be single. Priest, limo driver, best man, brother-in-law, whoever you want. If you're single, don't be in a relationship. I never understood cheating because it's like real, like no one's making you stay. You can be single and have all the, you know, adult fun you want. Be single. Do it, go for it. I honestly, truly believe that cheaters like that it's wrong or it's bad because they want best of both worlds. They want you, but they also want to like have their fun. Okay, this is very serious. Someone shot his friend on his wedding day over cheating suspicions. On Saturday, Jones was caught in a traffic jam with his wife following an unrelated car crash. According to police, Jones got into a heated discussion with his wife and another male passenger. Accusing the man of having an affair with his bride, Jones got out of the car and began shooting, hitting his friend in the leg and striking the hand of another driver who was caught in traffic in an adjacent car. Both men are being treated in hospital for injuries but are expected to recover fully. Oh my gosh! The worst part is that this is over suspicions. I think we need to highlight that word, that this is not a cheating scandal that's been confirmed. It was over suspicions that there could be something going on. I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's not true, but like, imagine what he'd do to you if it was true and he found out. I cheated on my husband on our wedding day and married the guy I cheated with 1 year later. Yay! Good for you! Someone get them a medal, give them a trophy. 2 husbands in a year. Yay! Wow, you really earned bragging rights. I don't have anything else to say. I cheated with 3 of my exes on my wedding. 3? 3? On your wedding day? How do you even have time? Like genuinely, I need to know. How do you even have time? How? How does this happen? I can't imagine that your exes are invited to your wedding. So was it before the wedding? Was it during the wedding? Was it after the wedding? On your wedding day? How and why? You found your mans. You're about to spend the rest of your life with him. Why go back and pick through the trash? A German groom was brought about an abrupt end to his wedding when he was caught cheating with a waitress at the reception. To make matters worse, he was caught by his new father-in-law. According to the story from Austria, which has emerged some months after the event, the pair snuck into the kitchen for a secret rendezvous just hours after the newlywed said "I do" to his bride. Their father-in-law went into the kitchen for a snack but was instead confronted by his son-in-law's infidelity. They reported that the groom wanted to experience singlehood one last time before he tied the knot. His timing was obviously a bit off. Understandably, the bride's father called off the celebrations, turning off the music and sending everyone home without an explanation. Oh my god, the poor bride. Yo, my dad, I dare someone to try that. Knuckle sandwich. Knuckle sandwich. Anyways, that's terrible. One last singlehood before I get married. You're married, sir. I feel that when you're at a certain point in your life and you're ready to settle down, you know, and you're like, I'm ready to meet someone, and that'll be my person. Like, I want to meet someone, I'm ready to be serious and settle down. Go and have your fun before even you start dating them. Do what you gotta do, live your singlehood, whatever. And then when you're actually ready to settle down and commit to someone for the rest of your life, then you get involved with someone. The morning of our wedding, while I was getting ready with the girls, my then fiance was at home receiving nude photos from the girl he had been texting for a while, someone he has had history with in another relationship. They got caught sexting and such. Throughout the day during our first peek and waiting for the ceremony, unbeknownst to me, he was texting her all effing day. I hope you guys did not go through with the wedding for your sake, because you just deserve better and you deserve the wedding of your dreams. And I am just assuming that this is not what you planned for your wedding day. I don't care if it's texting or this and you're not physically doing anything. There's a thing called emotional cheating, okay? Fight me on it. Not me, but after months of dating, this guy wanted to break up with, but the girl's parents threatened him if he didn't marry their daughter. The day of the wedding at the town hall, there was this couple scheduled to be married before them. It was the guy and his other girlfriend. Can't get married if you're already married. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna go get married to my other girlfriend because this girlfriend, her parents are crazy and they're gonna make me marry her. So if he's already legally married, then he can't get forced into that marriage. Damn, that's crazy. That should be a movie plot. She was blowing. The best man in the bathroom, discovered by my grandmother who had a stroke and went into the doctor's care for a month. No. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying to me. This is not a true story. Oh my god, like my grandmother would just drop dead if she ever walked in on something like that. That's a nightmare. Even if it wasn't cheating, just that situation is a nightmare for a grandmother to walk in on. The groom said his ex-girlfriend's name at the altar. I take thee, Rachel. Was your friend named Ross by any chance? We were on a break. I'm so happy. Oh my god, everyone in this picture, in this chat, in the conversation, whatever, we would all be best friends, okay? So if you're out there, find me, because I freaking love it. Love friends, obsessed, like an unhealthy amount of obsessed. And right when you said the groom said his ex-girlfriend's name, I was gonna say, I take thee, Rachel. Emily. I was gonna start acting out the whole scene. If you're a Friends fan, tell me in the comments. Let's be friends. But before I leave, today's Sassy shout out goes to Monica. They said, Joss, girl, don't stress about your 29th birthday. I'm 37 and still figuring life out. Trust me, you're doing great. Just enjoy the day. I'll see your channel before then, but have an awesome birthday. Honestly, that was just something I think I needed to hear. My birthday is just technically 3 days away. 29 is just a heavy one. I'm inching to 30 and for some reason I've convinced myself that I'm running out of time and very much feels that way. So to hear this just made me very happy. Gave me a little bit of peace of mind. I still got a lot of time left, hopefully, you know, knock on wood. So thanks, Monica. I hope you have the best day also. I'm out of here though, you guys. Stay classy out there, stay safe, and stay sassy always. Bye. Oh my gosh. This is just very dramatic. And like rightfully so. Imagine being on your wedding day and you catch your wife with the best man. I'm just curious as to why she's playing the victim. Why is she throwing a tantrum and crying and screaming? Like, I understand you're upset that you got caught and now you have to deal with the consequences of your actions, which freaking sucks for sure, because I'm sure you loved him to some capacity. But you also cheated, so I don't feel that bad.
At the party, you know, the drinks were flowing, we were having a great time, and I noticed she was missing. So I went around looking for her, and I actually walked in on Cynthia with another man and another woman. But it wasn't just any man and woman, it was actually my best man and her maid of honor.
So I imagine you were shocked.
Completely.
I went with my best friend to the hot tub at the hotel, and like, it got a little bit crazy. We started making out. His best man, his best friend, came in, and I probably should have like not let that happen, but it was just like it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a silly, like, drunken, like, being silly in a hot tub. He showed up and went completely crazy. I apologize. I don't think it was something to call a wedding off over.
Oh my God, oh my gosh, I can't. The fact that this woman is even trying to defend herself right now is laughable. I probably should, probably. I don't know, you're getting married? Probably. Oh, this is too much, y'all. This has me hyped. What's happening? Why are we clapping?
This is what you left my house for this morning.
Oh. What?
And the other night.
Oh.
Get out.
Oh my God, I missed what was exactly said. Hold on. Oh, this is what you left my house for this morning and the other night. Wow. Holy smokes, we have some savage freaking people. That's crazy. Imagine showing up to someone's wedding day and doing that. I mean, imagine also being engaged and then cheating. I can't. Whew, the night before your wedding, you freaking cheat. I'm not getting married, screw it. Nope, nope, no sir. Y'all ruined love for me. Today is ruining everything. I'm gonna just text my boyfriend all pissed off after this, being like, ooh, I hate men. Anyways, I'm kidding. Bride caught kissing her ex-lover during the wedding. Oh, look at her chasing him down the main street. Oh, whew. How do you even ask for forgiveness after that though? Like, I genuinely, it's like, I don't even think it's fair that they ask for forgiveness, because I don't think you should be forgiven, to be honest. That's my opinion, and you can have your own opinion about it. I'm just wondering how it happened during the wedding, because like, how do you have the time? During the wedding, isn't everyone there to see you, like, and have all eyes on you? What do you mean you kissed a lover? When did you have time?
Most cheating spouses wait till they need to scratch that 7-year itch. But some infidelity can occur even before the wedding cake has been cut.
Husband. That's not gonna be your husband.
This? A bride and groom who just can't wait for their honeymoon to begin?
Grabbing his butt. Oh my God.
That's the bride, all right. But the guy she's with is the best man.
Oh!
This shocking footage was captured by a surveillance camera on the grounds of the hotel
look away.
during a wedding reception.
Look away, children.
Now comes the groom looking for his lovely bride.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Here comes the bride.
Oh, you're gonna get
And there goes the best man. And the groom, he doesn't suspect a thing.
I can't believe what I've just witnessed. I have just witnessed a sin, y'all. Oh, I feel like I should pray on everyone's behalf. You can't tell me she didn't get caught. Like, how did he not see that? That was right there. She came off, her veil was off, she was all ruffled and like bothered. Oh, wow. My mom paid £15,000 for my dream wedding, then had a baby with my husband 9 months later. Daughter 34 tells how she can never forgive mother 53 after ultimate betrayal and heartbreak at seeing her marry ex 35. What? So that is like saying my mother pays for my wedding and then has a baby with my husband 9 months later, and then they end up getting married. Oh wow, y'all, I don't even know how I would handle that situation. I was at a wedding reception where the bride suddenly disappeared. After half an hour or so, groom and his friends started looking for her and found her having intimate relations with one of the guests in the rooms above the reception. Groom left angrily. Bride and her family couldn't bear the embarrassment and left as well. Groom's dad invited the rest of the guests to stay since all the food and drinks were paid for. He was actually not upset about the whole thing because he didn't like the bride at all. Okay then. Lucky for dad. That sucks for the groom though. Like, can you imagine? Found her having, you know, above the reception in a room. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Not like, it's almost bad to be like, you couldn't have just waited till after the wedding, but it's like, you couldn't have just been loyal or single. You pick. You can do whatever you want when you're single. This is like the opposite of the question. Wait, what? But my dad was the pastor at a wedding where the groom was found hooking up with a bridesmaid during the reception who was also his first cousin. The whole thing erupted into a big ordeal and the bride left, but they did not annul. I'm saying that weird. Annul the wedding. I learned that word in Friends. Eventually had a mental breakdown several years later and was institutionalized after getting picked up on the street completely naked, claiming she was Jesus. She lost her kids and they were adopted by her sister who were friends of ours. Okay, there's a lot happening here, okay? What is this story? Is this even real? Okay, so that whole cousin thing is enough for me to go, eh. And then this whole mental breakdown thing, that just seems more serious. Like they obviously have mental issues, so I don't want to laugh at that part. I think we should just move on. This is crazy. My mom's cousin gets knocked up and they decide to get married. My family attends the church ceremony. Everything is fine and dandy. A storm hits and we can't go to the reception, so my parents visit the next day to hand them the present and discover the wedding is off. Why? The groom found out the baby wasn't his. Oh. Can you imagine that's how you found out that you were cheated on? Like, being cheated on is bad enough. Finding out that you've been cheated on is also bad enough, but finding out because your person is pregnant and then you find out that that baby that you're probably in love with and think is yours is not actually yours. So then not only are you losing that baby, like technically by blood, but you're also losing your partner who cheated on you. And two of my friends got married. The groom cheated on his bride quite often, including the night before the wedding. An anonymous text was sent out and spilled the beans to the bride. A fight ensued, but the wedding continued as planned. There's your first mistake. Also, the girl that did the bride's makeup for the wedding, well, that was the girl who had been sleeping with the groom. I have never witnessed a more awkward situation in my life. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but that bride kind of did that situation to herself after finding out. She didn't deserve the cheating by any means. I mean, I don't know them, but if you choose to forgive him for doing the most unloyal and unfaithful act of love, then you kind of like, I don't know what you expect. I don't know how you forgave him. Like in a night, like, yeah, okay, let's just get married anyways. I worked at a historic house that was used as a wedding and party venue. It was very early 1800s. 2 floors and upstairs was the bride's ready room. It was one of those picturesque TV looking venues. I learned 2 things. 1, there seemed to be a lot of women who want to get effed in their wedding dress by someone other than the groom just before the wedding. And 2, 200-year-old buildings have incredibly thin walls. The tea. Did you tell anyone? Did you expose them or did you say like, nope, none of my business. I didn't hear or see anything. Y'all enjoy your engagement, enjoy your happy marriage. Ooh, what do you do if you caught that situation? Do you tell them? Because they deserve to know. But at the same time, it's like, do you really want to get involved in that? Maybe not. This was around 2009 on the 2nd day of the wedding. But there's 2 days of weddings? The bride went swimming in the ocean. It took place in Tenerife. She swam out too far and was basically lost at sea for 9 hours or so. She eventually found her way back, but was in bad shape. Everyone was panicked the whole day and thought she drowned. By the time she got back, she wished she had. Her husband found her phone and read a bunch of messages, supposedly from her aunt. But it was clear from the sexy content, it wasn't her aunt at all. She'd been having an affair with the best man for apparently years. They got an annulment shortly after, $60,000 down the drain. One of the most opulent weddings I've ever been to. Okay, so was she actually lost at sea though? Or did she swim too far, get picked up by a boat, and then go have an affair with the best man? The whole lost at sea part's a little bit confusing for me. Because where was she for 9 hours? I have questions. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here, but today's Sassy shout out goes to Caitlin. They said, best thing today, comfy new bed and watching Sassy. I hope I said your name right. Our editor's name is Caitlin, so shout out to Caitlin's. Enjoy your new comfy bed and my videos. Stay classy, guys, and stay sassy. Bye, and stay loyal, damn. A family friend found out her fiance was cheating on her with her maid of honor before her wedding. She went through with her expensive freaking wedding that he paid for, taped pics of them cheating under the chairs and exposed them during her speech, walked out and went on the honeymoon by herself. Boom, like drop the mic. You got the ultimate revenge. Kudos to you for like following through with all that after finding out that information. I don't know if I could keep my cool for that long and pretend I didn't know until the wedding day and then like expose it in that manner. Wow, y'all, I think we should just round of applause this one. This is pretty impressive. The story goes that he'd started acting a little distant about 3 weeks before the wedding. The bride wrote this off because he'd already moved down for his new job, and this was the first time they had been apart from each other in those 8 years, and she just invaded the new private life by moving in before the wedding. Wedding time, everyone's happy, the ceremony's beautiful, their vows are good, especially his. He choked up a few times, very cute. All right, the reception is fun. Last night though, this person gets a call from my girlfriend saying the bride is in shambles as the groom had just told her that he no longer loves her. He spouts out every cliche in the book. It's not you, it's me. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Today, the bride decides to check on the phone bill, and lo and behold, there are a bunch of texts and calls to the same number. When she checks his phone, all of the texts were evidence of an affair, including many texts exposing his love for new girl. Cool. Cool. Thanks so much for marrying me, even though you had someone on the side, and obviously you're not that in love with me to a point to marry me if you have a side piece. Like, you're just doing damage to yourself at that point. If you know you don't want this person as your forever and as your wife, why even get married, my dude? This is like the opposite of the question, but my dad was the pastor of a wedding where the groom was found hooking up with a bridesmaid's during the reception, who was also his first cousin. The whole thing erupted into this big ordeal and the bride left, but they did not annul the marriage. She eventually had a mental breakdown several years later and was institutionalized after getting picked up off the street completely naked, claiming she was Jesus. Okay, you know what? There's a lot going on in this story. Why do I feel like I've heard this before? Because it's so crazy. Like, we can, you know, focus on the fact that he was hooking up with a bridesmaid, but how do I get over the fact that it was a cousin? I don't think that's anything I'm really gonna get over. This is a lot. There's a lot happening. Two of my friends that got married, the groom cheated on his bride quite often, including the night before the wedding. An anonymous text was sent out and spilled the beans to the bride. A fight ensued, but the wedding continued as planned. Also, the girl that did the bride's makeup for the wedding, well, she was that girl who had been sleeping with the groom. I never witnessed more awkward, but did she know that? Did the bride know that the girl doing her makeup was the one sleeping with her husband? You can't even tell me you're gonna have some girl who just slept with your to-be husband the night before doing your makeup for the man you're about to marry, knowing that he just slept with her and she just slept with him. Come on now. Come on. I don't even feel bad at this point for the bride. If you stay and you follow the come on now, I only feel sympathy to a certain extent to that point because you are letting all that happen. That's crazy. My ex-husband cheated on me at his bachelor party the night before our moderately expensive wedding. I didn't know it at the time, but he called me after, completely drunk on tequila, saying he wasn't sure he wanted to get married, realized he wanted to have more fun and freedom. Of course, I was pissed as I laid in bed with my best friend that night. All my girlfriends, oh, they stayed in our house. She admitted that he had hit on her a couple of years earlier. I thought of calling off the wedding, but was worried about the money spent being judged, embarrassing my family. Come on. The next morning he called begging for my forgiveness, saying he wanted nothing more in life than to marry me, so we went forward. Oh girl. He showed up at our wedding with a hickey, but several people worked to cover it up. I discovered it at the end of our reception. But we were married, I was exhausted and didn't want to make a scene. Y'all, I have a very hard time. I've been cheated on. I have a very hard time with people who stay with people who have cheated, because at the end of the day, people will only treat you how you let them treat you. That's all I'm gonna say. I think you deserved way more than that. I don't even know you, but like, come on now. I'm always a +1 for my best friend for weddings. He asked me to go with him to one last year, so I did. At the reception, a couple that was seated at our table were not being very social and kept looking down at their phones. My best friend brought up the subject at the bachelor party. The couple looked at him terrified and said, "What do you know?" Oh, they brought up the subject of the bachelor party. After asking them what was going on and why they would react like that, it turned out the groom and his brother took a exotic dancer, we'll say, back to their hotel room and took turns with her. Somehow she got both of their phone numbers, and the couple that was seated with us were not actually texting on their phones, but on the phones of the groom and his brother, trying to get this girl to leave them alone. Wow, they are still married. Oh, this is some tea though. That's crazy. So the people on their phones were actually doing the dirty work on the wedding day, trying to get this woman to leave them alone. And they were like, we're at the wedding, he's getting married. That's really sad. And you know, this is why people fear that their spouse is going to have a bachelor party. An ex-boyfriend of mine was the best man of his brother's wedding. The night of the bachelor party, he was MIA and the entire next day as well. What did I say about bachelor parties? 2 weeks later, I ran into a friend of his who spilled the beans that not only had my boyfriend at the time boned an exotic dancer, but his brother, the groom, did as well. Yo, is this the people we just heard about? No idea if they're, okay, bro. No idea if they're still married. We broke up when I found out that, okay, tell me that this story is not what we just read. So maybe that just, does that make sense? Wow, this is just too much, y'all. I feel like that just tied in. Like she was the girlfriend of one of the brothers that hooked up with the dancer. That was some like 360 stuff just happening. My husband's really good friend had, okay, what can I even say? Instead, my husband's really good friend had hooked up with 3 people at one time at his bachelor party with these 2 nasty people I knew in high school. Then the night before his wedding, he hooked up with his wife's cousin in the room next to her. While my husband and our friend were waiting up at the altar for her to come out, my husband whispers in the groom's ear, "It's not too late, dude," to which he responds, "Divorce isn't that bad." Oh God. They were married for 3 years or so. He never stopped cheating, and she was turned into the typical, "My wife is psycho, she's always checking up on me, blah, blah, blah." That's really nice. Y'all, I know that you think I'm just like hating on men right now. I have also covered brides. We have covered people in general caught cheating. I know that brides cheat too on their wedding days. I have exposed some videos and stuff in other videos, so this is not a hate men video, okay? That's a lot of cheating. That's like serial cheating. Like you might as well be single. Didn't technically leave him at the altar, but 10 days before the wedding, I found out he was sleeping with someone else. Took me 2 days to decide not to get married. Then over the next 3 weeks, I discovered he had a sexual addiction and had been seeing other people for the entire 9 years we were together. Got real close to being stuck in that nightmare. Thankful every day that I didn't go through with it. Oh, see, this is what I'm saying. Kudos for freaking you. You saw what was happening, you knew your worth, and you said, "No, sir, you are not calling me your wife for the rest of our lives." Like, that's good for you. You got out of that. That can be someone else's issue. I got left at the altar. He had spent the previous day spending a lot of time with his ex. Oh, nice. Instead of helping me set up. I yelled at him about it because he was late and hadn't helped at all. He said he didn't want to get married because spending time with his ex made him realize I wasn't as fun, and she was, because I was uncomfortable with him doing substances. Illegal substances. Kicked him out and still had the party. I told him to use that time to go home and pack up all his stuff. He did. Then he got into illegal substances. Okay, well, that is very sad, number 1. But number 2, you kind of dodged a bullet. I feel like it was a blessing in disguise for you. All right, guys, I'm doing today's Sassy shout out, and it is going to Janet Drong. She said, "I paid $200 for my first car at 17 and was damned proud of it, even though it was a piece of crap. Kids need to appreciate things in life. Hi, Sassy." Hi, Janet. I love this. I can totally relate to this. First of all, $200 for a car. Can't even imagine in today's day. But I had a car that was $1,000 and it was like a 1990 Ford something and it was gold. And it had like the seats on the inside were like patterned, like guys. And I had to drive that to university. It got me from point A to point B, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do. So I get it, I feel ya. I am getting out of here though, you guys. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to keep hanging out with me, and stay safe out there, stay classy, stay loyal, maybe, and stay sassy. Bye. Ugh, God, why am I burping so much? What is that? Excuse me. Oh God, I can't stop yawning. Devin, why? Yawn, stop. This is a very important story. Oh, my eyes, hold on. Something is in my eyeball. All right, this is cheaters caught kissing on their wedding day. 1, 3, 2, 1. I thought I had burp. Okay, there's 2 8s, so just go in order. This is 7 technically. Have I been cheated on? I don't know, can you tell? For creating the worst, unfaithful and unloyal, what am I trying to say? 2, okay, why is this so long? These are way too long. Okay, we're gonna have to do some skimming here, or trimming, because there's no way I can read all these. No one wants to sit here and listen to me read this. And we're checking out some grooms who got cheated. Some grooms who what? Like, what am I saying? I'm not gonna be able to do all these. These are too long, but we'll get through as many as we can. No. Hold on. I'm yawned. My nails are gone. Sad times. They'll be back Wednesday. And we can do one more. No, we can't. We're not gonna do one more. Have you even subscribed to the channel yet? Don't be a fake fan. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to.